Hello and welcome to nobody's favorite sports channel, Al Chapo Sports, where we do the thinking so you don't have to. Today, we're going to be getting into our top 5 teams per Power 5 conference. Did your team make the list? You're about to find out. And of course, we're talking about football because that is the only sport that matters. Oh no, there goes our screen. But what else would you expect from a show with the budget of El Chapo Sports? Nothing less. Anyway, let's get into it. Starting with nobody cares, the Pac 12. So, number 5, we got Washington. They beat some poor little school within an inch of their life. Same goes for number 4, Oregon. Yes, these two wins were just destruction, but it's really not that impressive when it happens to a team who you've never heard of. Anyway, number 3 spot, we're going with Colorado. What a game that was. They upset good old TCU, our national runner up, and proved that they are in their prime. Ha, did you get it? Anyway, number 2, Utah. They got a win over Florida, who is not the SEC's best or brightest, but it is the SEC, and that holds some weight. And number 1, USC. Since they started their schedule in week 0, they just have the upper hand on everyone else because they've got 2 wins, whereas everyone else so far has 1. All right, let's move on to the ACC. Miami at number 5. Oh, shit, we forgot the graphic. There we go. Miami at number 9. They beat the other Miami by convincing margins. Number 4. Oh, my least favorite team in all of sports, the Louisville Cardinals. Oh, I hate you guys. But anyway, you're 2-0 now. You also started off your schedule a bit earlier. So 2-0 gets you a well-deserved number 4 on this list. Number 3, UNC. They spanked South Carolina in what I thought would be a far more competitive game. But alas, it was not. Come on, graphic. There we go. And number 2, Duke. Wow, who saw this coming? I never bought the Clemson hype, but damn it, they were ranked in the top 10 and they got embarrassed. By who? By Duke. So you guys have earned your number 2 spot. Number 1, Florida State. They made an absolute statement, crushing a fellow top 10 team in their opening game. Let's move on to some interesting conferences, starting with the Big 12. At number 5, we got TCU. I normally wouldn't put a loser on the list, but that game was competitive enough that I feel compelled to. Number 4, Kansas State. They got an absolute shutout, which lands them this spot. Kansas, they are, as of this recording, 2-0. So, welcome to number 3, Kansas. Number 2, OU. They performed some unholy acts on TV to that poor other team, beating them, like 73-0? Golly, that is the closest thing you will see to the live television of punching a baby in the face. Number 1, we got Texas. Until I see otherwise from OU or someone else in the conference, Texas is the top dog, and they proved it with a solid win. All right, moving along with our interesting conferences, we're in the Big Ten. Number 5, Wisconsin. Nothing much to say here, just a good, solid win. Same can be said for number 4, Minnesota, who also had a good showing on Saturday. Number 3, where the conference actually gets competitive, we got Penn State. They put on quite the show, and oh, there goes our graphic again. But you can probably guess the top 2 of this conference. They are number 2, Ohio State, and number 1, Michigan. They both absolutely crushed their games. They are both contenders, not only for the Big Ten championship, but for the Natty. I put OSU at 2 and Michigan at 1 just because I thought Michigan performed better. I don't have a dog in this fight. Shut up, Columbus people. I can hear you down here. Anyway, last but certainly not least, in fact, it's the best. We all know it. The SEC, number 5. We got Texas A&M, who hammered their opening game, just crushing it. But what did you expect? Number 4, Ole Miss, who also had quite the impressive performance. Number 3, Tennessee. I don't really have anything to say about that, except for you guys are orange, so who's really the winner? Number 2, Bama. And number 1, did anyone not see it coming? We have Georgia. Until I see otherwise, they are the reigning champs. God, may they choke on their tears when they finally lose this season, but that's not happening yet. As of now, they are the top dog. So there you go, Power 5 for 5. I promise next week to have this video up before Saturday, because this will all be irrelevant less than 12 hours from the time I post this video. And maybe I can get a half-decent production going on for you guys so it doesn't look so amateurish. But until next time, this was Al Chapo Sports.